The Song of God, the Bhagavad Gita, the Song of God, an ancient Indian text. It's a dialogue within the Mahabharata. A vast battlefield, two families in a struggle, a warrior prince in crisis. A timeless conversation about duty, destiny, and existence. The Gita reveals profound truths about life, death, action, and consequence. A guidebook for the human spirit, transcending time and culture. We are drawn into the heart of an epic confrontation. Section 2, the Field of Dharma. Picture Kuru-kṣetre, a vast plain in ancient India. More than just a battlefield, Kuru-kṣetre represents the field of Dharma. Here the Kauravas and the Pāṇḍavās stand poised on the brink of war. Generations of resentment and betrayal culminate in this moment. The Pāṇḍavās, led by the 5 sons of Pāṇḍu, represent justice. The Kauravas, led by Duryodhana, are driven by greed and envy. The fate of a kingdom hangs in the balance. Blind King Dhṛtarāṣṭra, father of the Kauravas, sits in his palace, his heart heavy with foreboding. He knows the horrors of war, the terrible price of ambition. Unable to witness the events unfolding on the battlefield, he relies on his trusted advisor, Sañjaya, blessed with divine vision. His words echo the anxiety of every parent who has sent a child to war, the agonizing uncertainty of not knowing what fate awaits. Dhṛtarāṣṭra's question is our question. We too are drawn into the narrative, eager to understand the forces at play and the choices that lie ahead. Section 4, the Seer's Vision. Sañjaya, gifted with celestial sight, sees the battlefield with startling clarity. He describes the scene to Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Sañjaya. The two armies are arrayed in their might, the air thick with anticipation and dread. Duryodhana, consumed by his own ambition, surveys the Pandava forces with a mixture of arrogance and apprehension. Duryodhana, blinded by his own desires, sees only obstacles to be overcome. He points out the Pandava warriors to his teacher, Dronacharya, the master archer, seeking his strategic advice. He's like a gambler, pushing his chips to the center of the table, convinced of his own victory, oblivious to the potential for devastating loss. Section 5, Faces of Valor, the Pandava host. Sañjaya's voice paints a vivid picture of the Pandava heroes. He describes the noble Yudhishthira, the righteous king, his presence a beacon of hope. He speaks of Bhīma, the mighty warrior, his strength unmatched, his loyalty to his brothers unwavering. And then he speaks of Arjuna, Pandava warriors. Arjuna, the master archer, the embodiment of skill and focus. But as Sañjaya describes Arjuna, a change comes over the warrior. He sees his own kin arrayed against him, his teachers, his friends, ready to die by his hand. Despair grips his heart. He questions the very purpose of this war, the terrible burden of duty that demands he kill a part of himself. Section 6, Champions of Illusion, the Kaurava might. Duryodhana in his arrogance boasts of his army's strength to Dronacharya. He points out Bhishma, his great uncle, the revered patriarch, a warrior of unparalleled skill and experience. He names Karna, his loyal friend, a formidable archer, driven by a need to prove himself. Duryodhana, he lists each warrior, their strengths, their skills, each name a reminder of the formidable challenge facing the Pandavas. But Duryodhana, blinded by his own ambition, fails to see the flaws, the cracks in his seemingly impenetrable armor. He mistakes power for righteousness, ambition for destiny. Section 7, the Shield of Bhishma. As the tension reaches a fever pitch, Duryodhana issues a crucial command. Duryodhana protect Bhishma at all costs. Bhishma, the grandsire, the pillar of the Kaurava army, represents their best chance at victory. His presence on the battlefield is both a blessing and a curse, a symbol of strength, but also a reminder of the ancient traditions and bonds that are about to be shattered. The stage is set, the armies are ready. The air crackles with anticipation and a palpable sense of dread. Section 8, the Dawn of Decision. These opening verses of the Bhagavad Gita are more than just a prelude to war. They are a glimpse into the human heart, torn between duty and desire, ambition and righteousness. They introduce us to characters who, though bound by their circumstances, will ultimately make choices that determine their destiny. The battlefield of Kuru-kṣetre becomes a metaphor for our own internal struggles, the choices we face every day between right and wrong, love and hate, courage and despair. The Gita, through its timeless wisdom, offers guidance, reminding us that even in the midst of chaos, even in the face of impossible odds, there is always a path towards truth and liberation.